The fog clung to the Carpathian Mountains. It swirled around the peaks like a restless spirit. Nestled amidst the ancient trees perched precariously on a cliff, stood Evernight Manor. Gargoyles guarded the iron gates. Their stone eyes glowed eerily in the moonlight. Inside, Valentina Evernight surveyed her reflection. Black hair cascaded down her back, the pink and red streaks catching the light. Her eyes, a luminous emerald green, gleamed back at her. She touched up her dark lipstick, a satisfied smile playing on her lips. "Looking fierce as always, my queen," a deep voice chuckled from the doorway. A tall, imposing figure with eyes like molten gold leaned against the doorframe. This was Lucian, Valentina's boyfriend. A vampire like her, he exuded power and an undeniable charm. Valentina swept past him, her black velvet dress swirling around her ankles. "Lucian, darling, you know appearances are everything," she purred, scooping up a sleek black cat from the foot of her vanity. The cat, Moonstone, nuzzled against her cheek, his dark purple nose twitching. He was her familiar, her confidant. His red-tipped ears perked up, attuned to her every mood. But outside in the shadows lurked the Empire Hunter, determined to uncover Valentina's secret. The Vampire Hunter, after hearing about Valentina Evernight, walked into a vampire nightclub. He started the chase looking for Valentina and her dog Moonstone. Valentina descended the grand staircase, her heels clicking against the marble. Evernight Manor was a prison of her own design, a gilded cage she both loved and loathed. She craved the shadows, the thrill of the night. Yet, another hunger burned within her, the desire for the spotlight. Unknown to the world, Valentina lived a double life. By day, she was the enigmatic mistress of Evernight Manor. By night she transformed into Valkyrie, a pop icon who set hearts ablaze with her electrifying performances. Her music videos were dark, edgy, and oozing with gothic glamour. She sang about love, loss, and the shadows that danced within us all. Her fans, mortals oblivious to her true nature, adored her. But it was a secret she guarded fiercely. Exposure meant risking everything, her freedom, her love, her very existence. A knock echoed through the cavernous halls. Valentina allowed a small smile to soften her features. Only one person dared to disturb her at this late hour. "Draculaura, darling, you're a sight for sore eyes," Valentina greeted, ushering her best friend and confidant into the dimly lit drawing room. Draculaura was a whirlwind of energy, her laughter echoing like wind chimes. Her eyes, a vibrant sapphire blue, sparkled with mischief. Unlike Valentina's gothic elegance, Draculaura embraced a vibrant, almost whimsical style. Tonight she was a vision in crimson silk and sparkling diamonds. "You wouldn't believe the gossip I overheard at the Vampire Council meeting," Draculaura announced, settling onto a plush velvet sofa. "Is it about me?" Valentina asked, already pouring 2 glasses of blood-red wine. Draculaura chuckled. "When is it not about the infamous Valkyrie?" She took a sip of her wine, her eyes twinkling. "Don't worry, your secret is safe with me." Lucian leaned against the doorway, his gaze possessive as he watched Valentina and Draculaura. He never quite understood their bond, the way they seemed to speak in a language only they knew. "Don't frown, darling," Valentina chided, crossing the room to him. She placed a delicate hand on his cheek, her touch sending a shiver down his spine. "It's not jealousy I see in those golden eyes, is it?" He captured her hand, pressing a kiss to her palm. "You know I trust Draculaura with my life as I trust you with my heart." "Good," she purred, leaning in to brush her lips against his. "Because tonight, darling, we celebrate. My new single drops at midnight. The world is about to be enchanted by Valkyrie once more." As the clock chimed midnight, Valentina felt a familiar thrill course through her. Her new song, Eternal Flame, was unleashed upon the world. She imagined her fans dancing in their bedrooms, singing along to her lyrics. Moonstone, sensing her excitement, rubbed against her leg, his purr a low rumble. She picked him up, burying her face in his soft fur. He was her constant, her reminder of the simple joys in life. "What do you think, Moonstone?" she whispered, her voice barely audible above the opening chords of her song blasting from the speakers. "Will they like it? Will they feel the fire, the passion I poured into every note?" Moonstone let out a soft meow as if in agreement. He knew better than anyone the duality of her nature, the icy exterior she presented to the world and the burning passion that raged within. The next few days were a blur of interviews, photo shoots, and fan meet and greets. Valentina, ever the consummate professional, played the role of pop princess to perfection. She charmed talk show hosts with her wit, smoldered for the cameras, and signed autographs with a flourish. But the pressure was starting to get to her. The constant scrutiny, the fear of slipping up. It was exhausting. She longed for the solitude of Evernight Manor, for the comforting presence of Lucian and Moonstone, for a moment to just breathe. And then the unthinkable happened. A grainy photograph surfaced online. It showed Valentina, her back turned, entering a building. The headline screamed, "Valkyrie caught entering notorious vampire nightclub." Panic seized her. It was nothing concrete, but it was enough to set the rumor mill churning. The paparazzi, like sharks scenting blood, were circling. "We need to lay low," Lucian insisted, his golden eyes filled with concern. "This could blow our entire cover." Valentina paced her bedroom, her mind racing. "I can't just disappear, my fans, my career. Your safety is more important than any of that," Draculaura argued, her usual cheerfulness replaced by a rare seriousness. These mortals, they can be unpredictable. Valentina knew they were right, but the thought of giving up everything she had worked so hard for was unbearable. She felt trapped, her two worlds colliding in a way she never anticipated. The next few weeks were agonizing. The paparazzi were relentless, their cameras flashing like lightning strikes. Valentina couldn't leave Evernight Manor without being pursued. Her phone rang off the hook with calls from her manager, her publicist, even her record label, all demanding answers. She felt suffocated, her secret life closing in on her like a tomb. Was this the price of fame? Was the thrill of the spotlight worth sacrificing everything she held dear? One night as she sat alone in her music room, staring at her platinum records and awards, a wave of despair washed over her. She had achieved her dreams, tasted the sweetness of success, but at what cost? Moonstone brushed against her leg, his soft purr a balm to her frayed nerves. She picked him up, burying her face in his fur. In that moment she made a decision. She wouldn't let fear control her, she would find a way to navigate this, to protect her secret and the people she loved. She was Valentina Evernight, and she would not be defined by the shadows or the spotlight. She would forge her own path, even if it meant walking a tightrope between two worlds, forever caught between the darkness and the light. The journey ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but Valentina was ready. She had faced down her demons before, and she would do so again. The world might know her as Valkyrie, the pop princess, but she knew the truth. She was a vampire, a lover, a fighter, and she would not be silenced. The show, as they say, must